Welcome to Castle Podskull.
Yeah,
Good morning, Kevin. How are you?
I am doing great.
Yeah.
Enjoying my tea over here, coming from my own Gray Skull Mountain, my apartment this time.
Oh, very nice. Yes, I'm in my own fright zone, so to speak,
Yeah.
my my basement, which I never let anyone in because it's terrible. Drinking my own coffee, and I don't know if I've showed this before, but my Castle Grayskull Stein, which is
Dude,
my
you
which is
have all of the gear. That is
I
awesome.
have all the gear, and I'm wearing today. I'm still wearing my Skeletor shirt.
That is the best. I need to get that. I was trying to find, we were talking offline
Yeah.
about this a couple years ago. I was in a really fun comedy improv show called Sea Mission,
Mm.
and each week they had a villain of the week, and I dropped in as a guest villain, and I was Captain Bonebeard, who was 100%
Yeah.
Skeletor, because I found some like somebody had some like goofy props from like a LARP, and they had like a rubber skull mask that
Oh,
went on.
beautiful.
It was awesome, and then had like all this like funny random gear. So it was just like
Well,
I
I
had
have a
like
similar story, actually. Now that
yeah,
I just thought of this when I was in college, this is way back, but when I
yeah.
was in college at Penn State, we did a weekly, like, serialized play. And it was based on, it was like a parody of the Star Trek The Next Generation, but it
Oh
was
yeah.
about our theater department. And I played the sort of the data character, like the android, but my name was Skeletor 84.
Oh,
It
I
had nothing
love
to
it.
really do with Skeletor, other than a lot of like '80s jokes, which this being like the year 2000 was pretty cutting edge at the time. '80s jokes. Anyway, we're bearing the
That's
lead
awesome.
again. This is Castle
Yeah,
Potskull,
yeah.
and this is the podcast where we talk about He-Man and Masters of the Universe, and specifically, we are going through the original Filmation episodes. And so far, we're having a blast. I think I am Tom, Professor Xennial, and you are Kevin.
Hmm.
And we are going right into talking about episode 3, which is called Colossor Awakes. So let's get right into it.
Yeah, this episode is great. I love this. It kind of made me think of the Golem, like having, we have the collector device, which is really cool. Kind of animating uh, things around Eternia. This is a lot of cool. There's a lot of rad in this episode.
Yeah. Again, the whole reason for the He-Man TV show was to sell figures.
Hmm.
Well, Colossor was not a figure. So my initial thing is, if you're calling the third episode Colossor Awakes, Colossor had better be like
Oh
awesome,
yeah, yeah.
which I don't know if he lives up to it or not. We'll see.
Mhm.
But yeah. So here we are in our traditional intro. There's the punch, the Lou
Yep.
Scheimer
Lou
punch,
Scheimer punch.
the old Hitler flattener. If
Yeah, the Lou Scheimer gonna give you a shiner.
yeah, yeah.
Very punchy intro, literally.
All right. And here we go. Evil Forces Skeletor, which is the shirt that I'm wearing. And then here we go, 1983. Colossor Awakes, written by J. Bryn Stevens, a woman. So this is the first He-Man episode written by a woman. Of course, actually, there's several of these.
Uh-huh.
And she was another, and Lou Chavez. These were both like basically Filmation all-stars who wrote a whole bunch of stuff for all across the Filmation
Hmm.
canon. So there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna start right off with what do we see? We see Snake Mountain opening strong on Snake Mountain.
Oh my God,
Love
yeah,
it.
getting the whole fangs and the mouth on this. This is like epic. They were getting some real good details on this.
Yeah. Oh, there's some great cassette futurism. I
Yes,
love the
that's that
inside.
futurism.
I love
Yeah.
the inside of these things, and this vehicle I love too. And this was not available in the original line. This is called the Collector. This vehicle.
Right.
Oh, Beastman sleeping on the ground. It's kind of like you this morning.
Yeah, exactly. It took me a couple of minutes because I had set my alarm, I think, last night for something blah glock, and get a text, and I'm like, oh shit, it's
It's time to record.
time to record.
So there's the Collector. They just came out with a Collector now. You can now buy it, but you never had it as a kid.
Yeah, such an awesome toy. And it's like the vehicles that you'd feel like those would be the number one thing. I
Yeah.
also love these sort of like weird prong spears that the guards have.
Yeah.
Really cool. I
So,
think they made those into like I remember there were like a live action like stuff for kids. Like you could have the He-Man breastplate and sword. And I thought they
Yeah.
had something like that you could get. That was really cool. Oh, here we
Yeah,
go. This
we
is
have to call out this, right? Yeah.
yeah, we were talking about this the other day. The like Star Wars inspired.
Yeah, absolutely Star
I
Wars
love these
inspired. Living chess creatures.
living chess creatures.
They look cool. There's like a little T-Rex, which is interesting because it implies that there's dinosaurs on Eternia, which
Right.
later in the toy line there are. Oh, then we go, Man-at-Arms once again gets water dumped on him
Yeah.
by Orko. Everyone thinks this is hilarious and funny.
And
But right off the bat, not even like 2 minutes in, and
whoa.
crap, the Collector
Yeah.
is turning people to stone. What in Eternia is going on?
Yeah.
And Tila goes to the rescue, and so Adam and Cringer run.
Yeah. Oh boy, hope he
We
doesn't
could
have to
turn
turn
to
me into
stone.
Battle Cat. Yeah, he
I'd
is.
prefer being turned to stone than turn into battle cat. Oh, and he turned the patio furniture to stone, which is a devious move.
Yeah, I was just going
Skeletor.
to say truly monstrous. So this is working on both organic and inorganic material.
That's a good point.
But I love that I'll shock and jaw, I'll hit these guards. I'm clearly have a shot of everyone, but let me hit that patio
Yeah.
furniture to...
Yeah, exactly. To really
Oh
rub it
no,
in.
that patio furniture looks ugly now.
You'll have to go back to Pier 1.
Yes, I've given you so many tasks to do on your Sunday.
Won't be a nice little Sunday anymore. You'll be busy.
Yeah, so now we have the By the Power of Grayskull moment, which happens 3 minutes in, which is so far the earliest.
I was going to say,
We've
like,
seen.
last time, I think it was like a third of the way through
Yeah.
the episode.
Man-at-Arms says, "You don't scare me," and then crap, he is turned to stone.
Yeah, and
know?
good save right here.
Boom.
Boom. I'm just thinking, like, falling from that, even being caught, like, ooh, that is a... They should keep that
Yeah.
as a statue of Man-at-Arms. He looks pretty dope.
It
right
does
now.
look pretty cool. Turns the bushes instead of Tila. Yeah, we must find a way to change him back. So now we have a quest.
Yeah,
And then there's the Collector. And then we're inside it.
a little Giger chair right there.
Yeah,
God, I love that cassette future.
it's cool.
Cassette futurism. I love that. That is such a great encompassing
Yeah.
term. Because it's,
And now here's we get you pull the other lever on the Collector, and it brings stone to life. So now we're just hitting the actual statues. That's pretty cool. Like
Yeah,
now we
that's-
have like a living stone lion.
yeah.
And that's pretty, and of course he's gonna square off against Battle Cat. That's sick as fuck. I love that.
Yeah. But I also love, like, he's got those, like, cool eyes. Oh, new characters.
Stratos
Yeah.
and Ram Man. We saw them in the first episode
Oh, that's
briefly.
right. We did see them. Yeah.
He kind of sounds
That
like
Amish beard.
He-Man. Yeah, he does have an Amish beard. I've always
kinda-
thought that strange about Stratos.
Yeah.
That's
Like, I
such a
kept waiting
weird.
for him to be like, that's no way to fight, English, you know.
Yeah. Don't take my picture; it'll seal
Yeah.
the soul.
Yeah, exactly.
Now he's gonna. Stratos has a sword, which I don't believe he normally has, but his sword doesn't work anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote that down
There's
too.
our
Why does
boy,
he have
Ram Man. I feel like he would be the king of this episode, just, you
Yeah.
know, smashing through these monsters. But you gotta
Yeah.
love... Oh, yep.
No, there you
Apparently
go.
not the most durable stone.
Yeah, the wall is more durable than the statue. Which okay.
Yeah, maybe
all
he
right.
should get a ray that turns things into that wall, because that would be a lot more...
By the way, the Collector is kind of a strange. Like, why call it the Collector? It's not really collecting anything.
No.
Why not call it the like?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Stonefire?
The Stonefire or something
like that, yeah. It's like...
Everybody must get stoned. The ship.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I hear the Collector and I see the ship when we open it, and it makes me immediately think of, like, Brainiac ship. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
it's gonna pull things
he's
in. It's
gonna
got a tractor
miniaturize these
beam.
guys. He's
Yeah,
gonna
no.
have, like, jars of them. He's going
Doesn't.
to collect. But,
No, it just makes things stone. Okay, now we have like this epic fight. He-Man's in the Wind Raider. He's trying to scare Skeletor off with this ion blast, but it got shot and the Wind Raider falls.
it doesn't look like it's turned
Oh,
into
here's-
stone. It's like it's shimmering.
Here's the
Oh,
weirdest move to defeat a statue. Stratos picks up a flower pot and drops it on the statue's head, and that's enough to destroy the statue, apparently.
yeah. Wow.
And Ram Man does his boingy thing. That worked.
Which I hope he has some padding. There's a lot of CRT I've heard about in Eternia.
Yeah, we never. Well,
You
Ram Man isn't the
have to
smartest guy.
repeatedly breaking his, you know. He has no neck. Maybe that's the thing. He's had his
Yeah.
head fused
Yeah.
directly to his shoulders, so he doesn't have to worry.
Now we have Ram Man hooked up to a life support device, even though he's stone, and the Queen and King are looking on, and we're in the med bay.
Yeah,
This is a
Man-at-Arms
weird
in
line.
that cool pose. Although it looks like his pose has changed since He-Man caught him.
Sometimes, yeah, exactly. Yeah, Let's go back here because I think you're right. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like his head was turned
maybe.
before, and now it's
Yeah,
not.
right. Because it's like he had
Yeah,
that cool look. I was like, oh, don't mind us. We were just fishing.
yeah. I want to call attention to the weird way that Adam says this. Every once in a while, and I only really notice it so far with Prince Adam lines, maybe
Hmm.
He-Man lines too. There's like really weird, unnecessary pauses, almost Shatner-esque.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
here's one.
We'll
If you can
find the
hear.
answer to this.
I don't know. There's just like a weird,
I
like
don't
my
understand
friend,
all of
like the
that.
way he says that line to me is bizarre. I may be reading too much into it, but
no, because I feel like I was hearing that the other day, and I was like, is this sort of stilted delivery? I didn't. Now I put my finger on it. It sounds very Captain Kirk. It sounds very Shatner-esque. And was their like way of thinking like this is how a heroic person will talk?
maybe
My friend.
it might just be the actor too.
It
Maybe
could be. It could just be the
John
actor.
Irwin was like Yeah,
Yeah, he was hanging out with Shatner, and it's like maybe it's like your friend with the accent. You spend the day with them, and you accidentally start
all of a sudden
talking in
you're
their
British.
yeah. And you're like not
We
trying to
learned that
be.
Queen Marlena has earth science training, but it doesn't do anything. So we
Yeah,
learned that she's also like a scientist, which we didn't know before. I mean,
yeah,
that stands to reason, but she does think that somehow she deduces that this will be permanent at sundown. So now we have to solve this ticking clock. Okay,
ooh,
now we're at some ancient ruins or something like that.
hmm,
Beastman is carrying a massive piece of equipment, the
yeah,
Energizer. Ooh, here we get some Someday You Won't Order Me Around Skeletor, which is interesting exposition that
yeah,
Beastman doesn't really like
yeah,
Skeletor, and also that Panther sort of understands. Um,
yeah,
okay, so now we have this Energizer, which I guess is does the same thing as the Collector, and this is Colossor. He's interesting. He's like a one-eyed
yeah.
Cyclops bug
Bug
giant.
beast monster, like very cool toy that I would want to buy
Yeah,
immediately after seeing this episode.
yeah,
And then,
yeah.
they really slept on that. Like, kids aren't going to want we're going to name an episode after this thing, but we're not going to buy it. Like, you could get Snake Mountain, you could get Castle Grayskull, you could get the vehicles, but not
Yeah,
Colossor.
but not Colossor. Maybe just too big. Like they were like, we
Yeah,
didn't.
maybe.
Anyway, okay, so a couple things. So first of all, in that last scene, I wanted to call out that okay, so after Colossor, we see him go to Castle Grayskull, and the sorceress is giving him the quest, seek the fire jewels.
Yeah,
But he does it again. Look, I will need help
I will need help.
on this quest. It's such a weird reading of line. And then here comes my favorite character in this entire episode,
Yeah.
which is this random farmer, Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, Freddie Mercury,
Like, look at this guy.
he's totally Freddie Mercury.
He's
That was
like-
exactly, and it's like we even put him in the pink tank top, and I was
He is
just waiting for
he is
this.
in a pink tank top, this fabulous farmer, and like again
Just
the
cut,
purple
just
Uggs.
cut. Yeah,
Yeah, cut. Yeah, the farmer is cut. And this to me says everything that you need to know about Eternia.
yeah,
It's like this is like the blue collar worker of Eternia. He
yeah,
is fit as hell. He's
yeah,
in a pink tank top with a Freddie Mercury mustache. So this implies like a planet where absolutely everybody is fit and
shredded
buff
and
and
fit.
shredded.
Yeah,
And
he's
that is
stunned because he forgot leg. It was like, oh God, it's leg day.
yeah, or just something about the Eternian makeup is that everyone's just naturally shredded, which
Yeah,
is cool. But also it like it implies one of two things. Either like Eternia is an incredibly like tolerant place, which I love. I mean,
yes,
certainly
is
I
that
haven't
the
seen
subtle thing?
any
Yeah,
signs of racism or homophobia or anything
yeah,
in Eternia so far. Which I don't know if you can say the same thing about shows like GI Joe or I don't know. I don't remember. I'd have to
yeah,
go back. But it's either very very tolerant or it's a planet that just happens to be culturally queer.
yeah,
Like, and that's just like something that's running through the culture. Either that or in 1983 this look was just this is masculine as hell, and that's also possible. Like this was an
yeah.
era
Like
of
people didn't
like
realize like your icons are Prince.
yeah, and I'm not saying, and of course like this stuff was masculine. Like Freddie Mercury
Yeah,
like was had a masculine look, and
yeah, yeah,
that's and totally legit for the time. But yeah, like even like the most broy of straight guys in 1982 to 1984 wore like cut off shirts and tank tops and little like, booty shorts. So
Because we want to look tough and awesome like Freddie Mercury.
that's right. So
And
it's
I
I
had
don't
no
know if
idea.
it's I'm gonna make the assumption that this is a canon thing, and Eternia is just like a truly fabulous place where everyone's shredded all the time. And
Well, when your plants are mostly rock based, like is
yeah,
that
what are
like
you
there's a
eating?
lot of iron in
That's
there,
true. That's
which is funny
true.
because it's like they turned those bushes to stone. I was like, those bushes were already stone. They're like growing jagged rocks everywhere you look. Everything is like so jaggedy and rocky and bony. It's like,
Yeah.
of course, it's like even their salad has protein and iron in it. And
Aha, now you will like your vegetables even less.
yes,
Anyway, we have this fabulous farmer, and he, of course, gets turned to stone. That's a shame, but he just gives a look of horror, and then he, too, in a slightly different position. And then we cut to Evil Lynn. Oh, here she's trying to hack in. He didn't bring her up. She, bombed his Zoom, and...
how dare you bomb my Zune? You're not invited.
You were attendance optional, Evil Lynn.
Why do I always have to go to the Zoom meetings, but she gets optional? You're not a manager.
You have to be here in person.
Evil Lynn tries to hack in, and she admits that she wants his power, and she tips him off that she's on the way to get the fire jewels. By the way, Skeletor just offered to make a rug out of Beastman. Anyway, then we have this garden where we get the attack track, and then 2 guards and Ram Man are turned into stone. That sucks.
Yeah. Oh, God, I love that Geiger.
Yeah.
It's like skeleton with sunglasses on it, too.
The Geiger
How
recliner,
can we
yeah.
make this chair even cooler? Put sunglasses on the skull. Now, he knows how to party and be intimidating.
We're back in the med bay.
Yeah. Also, I love that there's like an IV running into Man-at-Arms here, and I'm like, how? Like, he's stoned. Like, oh, great. Oh, I have Orko. Oh, no! But... interesting thing with this, the glass didn't turn to stone that he was holding.
Yeah.
Like everything else, everybody else's objects seemed to turn
That's
to stone.
true.
with it.
The glass
But
did
those
turn.
were completely, I was going to say bringing it up, it was just like, but the glass speaker, I was like, oh, have we found something? Should we coat everything in glass? Because
Yeah, or maybe it was whatever was in the glass.
Right.
That's what he
But,
was goofing with. Yeah.
kept those perfectly preserved, and then they fall out of his hand. But I thought that was kind of an interesting tease.
And why didn't they turn Orko to stone? Why didn't the collector pause literally just a second longer to turn the king and the queen into stone? Wouldn't that be the thing
Wouldn't
that
that
you'd want?
that would be endgame
If
right
you
there.
were collecting, that's the
yeah, if you were
move.
collecting or trying to defeat your opponent, but it's the typical Skeletor hubris. I need to extend this rampage for another 17 minutes so we can get to the climax. And it's
Yeah,
like,
but I mean, 2 episodes ago, using
The diamond ray of
disappearance, he did the exact same thing, where he
Exact
was
same thing.
but then he went for the king and queen. So I don't know. By
Yeah.
the way, that scene kind of also sums up what I love about Master of the Universe. Man-at-Arms got freaking turned to stone, like Medusa, and the queen is trying to find the equations to solve. So it's that nice mix of myth and magic and math, kind of all on top of each other. That's what I love. And now we're in this swamp. And he's driving the attack track, which was a dope toy. Oh, there's a shitty swamp bat thing.
did they ever make a toy of that? Because I remember
No.
these things being creepy as hell and
I don't think so.
huge. I felt like that could have been a cool product placement, like a monster with a wingspan that could flap. Because we all the fun things that they would come up with. God, who was the bee person that had those?
Oh, Buzz Off.
Buzz.
Now He-Man had one of those bright light things. Beastman sent it, but he's running away. Now we cut to the Jewel Cave, which is kind of like an Indiana Jones sort of vibe in here and a beat.
Totally. And I was gonna say, I forgot when they were dealing with Colossor, there was that big gem. Was that a fire gem as well
Maybe.
in the base? Because no,
So we got
'cause
this.
yeah.
We got this Egyptian ass, altar with cherries on top, and He-Man does the and literally this is the Indiana Jones beat, which came out
Yep.
the year before. But
Yep.
instead of a boulder, it's lava. Lava starts pouring out. Lava's always great.
Yeah. You didn't think to bring some pennies with you when you snatch those and just do the quick 1-2, the old switcheroo thing?
So this jewel takes a long time to energize.
Yeah,
apparently.
right? Well, I guess maybe because
But wait a minute. Hold on. Colossor was moving the last time we saw him.
Yeah, I thought he was like his hands were moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it just takes him a long time to reheat. Okay, anyway, sorry, it zoomed too far ahead.
Yeah, that was one of those things where it's just like, is it like this creature? Everything else instantly turns to stone, instantly animates, but this is a thing that takes a bigger piece of equipment, and we have to power him up.
Oh, there's Colossor. He's big. The thing is, he's too big. He's like the size of a child, so you couldn't really have a size-appropriate Colossor. But
yeah.
All right, commercial break. All right, now we're back to the lava jewel cave. He-Man is stuck on this little rock island. How's he going to solve this one? Oh, luckily there's one of those very many earth cracks there, so he's going to throw his little bag of holding to Tila. What does that do? Oh, that's the jewels that are in there. Stalactites, yep. Just rip one of those off. That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
And what's he going to do? That
pole
vault.
This is great. I love that it's just like, just pole vault with this stalactite.
Yeah. That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Back to Colossor.
Colossor has a long load time. It takes forever to energize and stand up, and now he's just like buffering, just standing around, processing. We just need one of those little old early Mac swirly things next to his head as it's like processing. Yeah, all right, finally, he's buffered enough.
He's got his mission. Beastman cannot believe it.
Yeah.
His mission is to go capture Castle Grayskull. I wonder about okay, now we bring the magical cherries that we can defeat Skeletor with. The 5 jewels have to be crushed into fine powder. If only we knew how to do that, right? Well,
if only we had somebody strong enough to crush. Just like this.
Weird arm foreshortening in that.
Yeah.
Oh, then we have a rainbow thing.
No,
Sorceress makes a ray fuser. Okay.
Yeah. Looks like she's got some ring tops.
Yeah.
Oh, the plastic. This is going to be the message of recycle your plastic from your aluminum cans, or else people can use it into. Oh, the infant.
So it has to touch the controls for both of the collector for both rays to fuse them. I don't know how they know that, but it's like they can kind of say literally whatever they want at these MacGuffin moments. It doesn't matter.
It looks like this total MacGuffin moment. Like it looks like those what do you call them, ring tabs from from Skoda.
Like a pop. Yeah, that's what I would call them, a ring tab.
And this
dolphin
it's
killers.
Flowing, and it's just like, oh, you just need to jam those 2 controllers so they don't go up or down. They're stuck together. And it's like this is what magic rubber bands like
basically.
It looks exactly like we had to crush these cherries. Were they plastic based into? This episode has a lot of cool.
All right. And then here we have. I have to call out that we have Colossor advancing on Castle Grayskull, but as he does so, he passes by the landscape of. First we have Sorceress turning into Zor, and then we have Colossor walking by the landscape of hors d'oeuvres and shish kebabs.
Yeah.
Sticking out of the ground. It's like.
Was there a feast earlier, a barbecue that the collector shot? But it's like these giant sushi platters. It's like I'm no good at drawing trees, but I'm excellent at kebabs.
Yeah, but it is strange. Like the landscape of Eternia, we've mentioned it before, but it is very Seussian and Dali-esque and surreal, and it's it's just interesting because they didn't have to do that.
Because it looks like so many of these things, especially the castles, are they some older animal that died and was hollowed out?
Is Castle Grayskull an actual skull of some?
Yeah, like some titan that they.
Yeah. Okay, so Skeletor and Beastman are fighting about which direction to fly. Yeah. Oh, they fly pretty much right into Colossor. To He-Man, I mean. Yeah. Boom. They're trying to hit him. With lasers, and they miss. And we have a little chase.
I love that he's eluding them on a sky jet ski, and they still can't hit him.
Yeah, he's
pulling... what did they make that? It's I knew we shouldn't have used aluminum foil for reinforcing the ship.
Beastman's gonna whip He-Man. We know that's not gonna work. There's no way that works. He cuts his whip.
Yeah, I just.
He's gonna throw him. The classic He-Man, throw you slightly farther away. Panther's turn to hit him. Oh, He-Man's got bolas all of a sudden.
Yeah, where was he? Where was he hiding those?
I have an idea.
Yeah, I know.
Uh-oh. Now we have a psychic sorceress email come to Grayskull.
That LSD is starting to peak.
Yeah. Oh. Skeletor must be strong to basically And then
Again,
He-Man,
everybody
leg
on this
day.
planet is
Yeah.
super shredded. Even the guy that is like, I don't know what he's supposed to be, a lich.
Yeah,
Like,
I think a lich or close to it.
physically, like his body is organic and fine, but his head is gone. And I know they like explain that in later
Yeah, yeah.
secessions of the cart.
But here's the thing, right? They do explain that, but not in this, not in
Yeah.
the Filmation one.
Yeah.
He's just like a skull with muscles, right? Now, I want to call out that the ray fuser, like, is to keep the two controls together.
Yeah.
When we see them, they are already together.
That's my point. It's just like, couldn't we had to go on this magic quest to make these plastic ring tabs,
Yeah.
pull tabs, or whatever you call those things. Couldn't you just, I don't know, you could jam that in plenty other, put a book down there, put a, like
Tie a
nothing
bungee cord,
hard.
you know?
Yeah, bungee cord. Just if they just have to stay together,
Yeah.
bungee cord that shit, rubber band, like simple. But now this
Something
is
more
changed.
magic. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
He fuses the controls. Anyway, he just jumps out. See ya. He's going to, of course, land miraculously on his battle ram thing. I don't know how that happens, but it does.
Yes. Yeah, and
It implies a certain sentience with all of the vehicles, which is
right.
kind of interesting. We're back to the garden. Our last chance. Yeah, the sun's
Yep.
almost down. Thank you, Abner Stoltzfus, the Amish man.
Yeah.
The sun is almost down.
Time to build the barn. That's the only
Time
way.
to
we-
harvest.
Yeah. Whoa, it's almost harvest time.
Collector is going to shoot them all, bring them back to life. Why did he do that?
Ah.
Oh, he didn't mean to.
Yeah.
He didn't mean to. And I guess he can't unfuse the rays.
Because, well, I mean, you've tried to take soda cans out of that plastic.
Yeah.
And that's nearly impossible to break. You clearly just have. Nobody had scissors in a turd one. There was
We
no
have
way.
swords, but we're not allowed to
We have
use.
swords, but it's like, well, I can't take a sword to this. I'll destroy my ship. It's made out of aluminum foil.
I'll stand over here and throw the sword. You hold it. And now we're at Castle Grayskull. Here comes Colossor.
And again, the very Dolly-esque Susie and Force. Whoa.
Here comes Zor. He's gonna try to clap Zor again and fail. Same animation we saw a few minutes ago, but why not? I love how Stratos is just carrying Man-at-Arms.
Yeah, exactly. Just like in his hands. And I love that he can fly like Superman, but we bothered to put like feathers on him.
There's feathers and a jetpack. Yeah, so
a
it's very
jetpack.
unclear what.
Yeah,
because
unnecessary.
his race is he's an avian, something like that. Avion is where he's from. So they naturally fly, but he also has a jetpack. I never understood.
Well, I guess in case he leaves Eternia and like the gravity works differently, like. But he looks like sort of an ape. He looks like an Amish
he's
ape.
a weird
like it's
guy.
a weird creature.
Okay, we're all basically teaming up on Colossor. We've got the Bolas, we've got Ram didn't do anything.
Yeah.
But Orko confused him, and Stratos together. Stratos is strong too, because together with He-Man, he is able to push over Colossor. All right, he's going to reach for. Now, I want to call something out here.
Does he have an Achilles heel? Is that
Oh,
why?
look at that. He cracks apart. Oh, man. Which, like, now, I want to call something out here. Well, first of all, the fact, like, Colossor is obviously some, like, deeply important old cultural figure, right? From some, like, ancient religion or something like that, because that's why there's, like, a huge statue of him to begin with. So it's essentially, He-Man is just... It's basically like if Ghostbusters 2, if they had decided, the right way to end the Statue of Liberty beat is just by fucking destroying the Statue of Liberty. That's what we're
like
going to
if
do.
they animated Mount Rushmore, and it's
Yeah.
like time to smoke that, and it just, well, I've defeated this, 3 million-year-old piece of antiquity and cultural cachet.
Yeah.
Whoops, nothing.
And now listen to this. When they see He-Man, listen to what people say. I think Man-at-Arms says, "Hey, all right, yes,"
Yeah.
like exactly like super casual, but it's just so funny to me, that line. I'm gonna play it again. I don't know why it's so funny to me. I think it's because it's like exactly like my uncle would say it or something,
Yeah, exactly. Hey, all right, yay, hooray!
I don't know why that's so funny to me.
Also, his arms longer than his legs.
Oh, Ram Man.
Ram Man, looking at it, maybe just
Yeah, that's true.
he's
Especially
totally
in this.
got ape.
Oh God. Yeah,
Right?
in this shot, his arms are way. But also look at Tila's hands. Like Tila's hands are like.
She's got some claws.
Everyone is bizarre.
She's like she's got like Gronk hands. Like she should be, a tight end ready to catch.
Yeah, I do have the old Ram Man here, and like in his native form, his legs are really short, so I get it. But
Yeah.
they're not
but
They're
he
not
looks like they're
that
extended
long.
here,
Yeah, they're
and they're
like
not
up.
like that
No, they're not that
that
long.
off. And I know
Yeah.
he's sort of like he seems like the Eternia version of like I don't know a dwarf or something, so they'd be
Yeah.
shocked. But like his arms, like
Yeah.
2 or 3 times, like he shouldn't be walking. He should be like knuckle,
Yeah.
just kind of like
I wonder if Ram Man is the like he is the sort of like the yeah
missing
he's
link.
he's the Middle Earth dwarf. He's like
Yeah, totally.
I'm
Like
Ram Man, son of Spam Man or
yeah,
whatever, son of
exactly.
Ham
But
Man.
even like his like he's got that kind of like pleated kilt, that like kind of
Yeah.
like square, very like you see it a lot in like third edition D&D and onward, like dwarven
Hmm. Yeah.
armor, and like their art is very geometrical, and like I was wondering if
Yeah.
that
You're
was something
right.
that they kind of sourced from
Rune
something like
priests and stuff, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
right?
Interesting.
Like
I
a
never
cool
thought about
aesthetic
that.
that he seems really unique to a lot of the other aesthetic there.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, Orca, calm down. Oh, but it's not over yet, because here comes the Collector. More cassette
Let me just
futurism.
fire this at He-Man's sword.
I will
This is
have
what
my
he
revenge.
actually- Nope.
Sword swat the laser away once again. Boom! Bye, Collector.
You gotta love that it just like it doesn't just like I was expecting to turn that to stone or something, but it just flies that like
Yeah, what
what
does
is
that do? How does that Collector... Yeah.
yeah, and it just knocks that into orbit.
We're back at the palace. Once again, which everything is on a cliff, too.
Yeah, it very
Absolutely every castle is on a cliff.
yeah. They haven't
Orko.
learned anything from all the fracking on Eternia. It's very porous, like there's constant crevices in the ground. So we're gonna put all of our major capitals and cities on cliffs.
We have Orko bragging about how he defeated Colossor, but then scared of Man-at-Arms Shadow. Everyone thinks that's funny. Nice little end. And then we are into the moral of the story. What is the moral of the story here? I don't remember. Oh, they're running.
Yeah, like working out. Like
They love it.
we've gone from something very emotionally impactful of in episode 2 with like love, you know, the people that raise you are your family, to working out is good for the body. And it's like this episode brought to you by the presidential challenge of the 80s. But I guess the thing, the kind of the key moral is it's like take care of your body.
Yeah,
and
be
it'll
good to your
take care
body.
of
It'll
you.
be good to you. I mean, that's good advice.
Yeah, it's
That's
like
good
great
advice.
advice. And I do
have to
like that
say,
it's like they're talking about like incremental, like do a little bit every day. So it's kind of
that's
neat
right.
that they're like setting these things that are very positive for kids. They're kind of programming like, hey, go out, exercise, be
Yes.
healthy.
However, I don't know if you caught what they said is you got to check with your doctor before doing any heavy exercise. Is that that's like the second time where it's like, is that advice for children?
Yeah, I wonder if is that just something that they know in the 80s? It's like we do live in a pretty litigious society. Let's cover
Maybe.
our ass
Maybe.
before we give any sort of advice that might be
Maybe.
construed as medical. Confirm with your doctor. And I'm like, what is this is this a moral or is this a Cialis advertisement? Because it's like kids, well, I got to get my doctor on the phone. He says, you know, I got
Fair
to cut back
balance,
on.
yeah. Yeah, be careful. Running may cause da, 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 da.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it'll be good to you. And then I have to call out this line here because
I'll race you to the tree.
she says, I'll race you to the tree. But when I was watching this, I could have sworn that she says, I'll race you to the grave. which I like so much better. But that's not what she says. She says,
Yeah,
I'll race you to the tree.
that would have been a much more metal ending. Like,
Yeah.
I'll take it to the ends of the earth, man.
I'll
I'll
race you
race
to the grave.
Yeah, she just like takes a cigarette,
Shadow
like
Beast. Yeah. Cue the Shadow Beast track and the running. Okay,
yeah,
so that
Shadow Beast track. That's what we need for the theme song for the show. Is like the music provided by Shadow Beast.
I'll make a little. Let me write that down. I'll make a heavy metal riff with Shadow Beast screeching behind it, and that'll be a Shadow Beast. So I'll make that for next time. But okay, so that is Colossor Awakes. Thoughts?
This episode has a lot going on, like some really cool instances of rad, like, and also I like that we're getting sort of the reoccurring like Giger-esque, like anthropomorphic vehicles. Like the collector ship is absolutely rad. But
yeah, well, let's get into it. What do you think the raddest piece of this is? Of many rad pieces,
I really
you
like.
thought there was a lot of rad.
I think I would pick the Collector as the raddest, but we
Yeah.
were talking, it's sort of a letdown that it's like you call it the Collector, and I
Yeah.
wanted it to be something that is filled with like everything from Eternia, and that's the plot point is he's going to capture and miniaturize and put everything in there. So I mean, it is really cool. I think obviously Colossor is pretty dope. Like his
Yeah.
aesthetic is pretty awesome. Like when he's
Yeah.
like walking around. But also I noticed with him, like his eye seems to be like a little more organic, and same thing with the lion when
Oh
they came into
yeah.
life. I think the lion coming to life was like my instant of rad because it was like instantly it's fluid and it just runs out and it attacks. Kind of weird that these things that are stone creatures were they supposedly animals before because like
Uh-huh.
as soon as they become animated they're like, oh, there's battle cat, I'm just going to attack that. They're not like
Oh
a golem that's
yeah.
like attacking something near them. They're like squaring off against people. Like they have,
That's really interesting. It's like they
like there's
know
an
how to
intelligence.
behave
Yeah,
like they
right,
would. That's
right.
bizarre.
Like
That is
Colossar
bizarre.
seems to be more like a golem kind of like giant thing you power, and it like has one task, and it's like even in death he's like trying to grab at Grayskull. But the other statues, they come in and they have
Hmm.
sort of an intelligence,
Yeah, and
which
what I
I thought
didn't
that was cool.
catch before is like these are meant to be this is like a tourney in Olympics or something, right? Like they're on a
Yeah, that's what
gold,
I was
silver,
thinking.
bronze,
Yeah, I was wondering about that. And
That's pretty
they've
cool.
got that little raised platform.
Yeah, but you're right. That implies either that the collector has the ability to not only bring stone to life but imbue it with knowledge,
Hmm.
or
Hmm.
in Eternia, um, the magic is such that any statue created retains some of its, I don't know. I don't know how to describe that, but
Personality,
yeah, like
or is this sort of a darker take on it, much like Egyptian mummies? Like our
could
athletes who
be.
were number one, we're gonna turn you to stone.
You're never gonna beat
Yeah,
this moment. Yeah, like
you're
there's some
never
sort
gonna
of
beat
like,
this moment. Or are they supposed to be like sentinels that we can call on if Eternia is ever attacked?
oh, that's interesting too.
But then, God forbid, we call upon you and you immediately attack all of us. Maybe
Yeah.
because we
Or are
put,
they, yeah, they're like eidolons. They have like some sort of like, but that's really interesting. Yeah, I think that's pretty rad. I think that
yeah,
the turning of the lion to stone is a pretty
yeah,
rad moment.
yeah.
I mean, turning people to stone is just cool. Like
Mhm,
that's always been
mhm.
cool. Like wherever that shows up in a movie, and yeah, that's pretty dope. What about manly stuff? I mean, he it's a little bit lighter on manly things that He
Yeah.
Man does. I mean, He Man does, I guess.
Well, I was gonna say shredding
Yeah, shredding the metal. That's cool.
that sequence where he jumps in, because I've seen other episodes where he digs in and it's a trope like Superman, like metal buckles and he kind of rips it. But he just like 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 wet tissue just shreds that open. And I was like, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, that is pretty dope, especially because, like, first of all, he jumps on.
Yeah, like look at this. He just squeezes it almost like a bed sheet that it just kind of gives way under his fingers.
Yeah,
And it
because then
just
it's not like how is he even getting like that good of a grip to do
right.
that, you know? So
Like
that's
it's
just like
not
how
like his
strong his
fingers
fingers
sinking
are.
in and kind of buckling the metal. It's just rending it like putty. Like and watch it like here when he just pulls that,
Oh
he just
yeah,
pulls that open. Like it just becomes like soft tissue under like when he rips
and
it open. It's
Skeletor
just
super can't believe. We
yeah.
by the way, we get the reverse shot of that Tila moment that we saw
Oh
last
yeah. And
episode with.
now something for the ladies and the fellas. But it's a little more covered up.
It's a little more covered up. Yeah, we don't. Yeah, yeah. So that is pretty rad. Otherwise, the only rad thing that He-Man really does is rip a stalactite off. But that to me, that's starting to border on cheesy. Like
Yeah,
that's the cheesy moment, like the pole
yeah.
vaulting moment. That to me
Yeah,
is
it's
not
like
as.
that's also I feel like a trope in a lot of cartoons or movies. It's like, oh, I'll use this thing to pole vault over lava, and I was like, wouldn't that immediately start? You put that into the lava, and should it just kind of sink? And like the next scene is just a skeleton washing ashore and then burning.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Also, I think bolas are a little cheesy, but I mean it's like
Yeah,
I'm up for anything. I also think it's very yeah, now what about homoerotic? There's not much that I can think of. I mean, there is this little friendship moment between Man at Arms and
Man
Stratos,
at
but
Arms
that's
being cradled. I think the homoerotic moment might be that, but is also clearly roided up Freddie Mercury just
well,
sweating with it,
yeah, it could
he-
be.
his
Yeah.
his little pink tank top and just kind of ooh hoeing away on the field.
It could be, or that again, that could be just like that's what like a regular guy looks like on
Yeah.
like a regular like straight man. I mean, we don't know. We don't know.
Yeah. It doesn't seem like this episode had the really over the top like struggle as we pop the muscles like other episodes of kind of that.
Yeah. Yeah, but nothing else that nothing inappropriate. I
Yeah.
don't think. Where is that farmer? Uh he's Oh, yeah. Here he is. I want to pull him up. Now, in terms of figures, you said Colossor, right?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
obviously should have been, it
Yeah.
felt like the toy to kind of market this episode.
Yeah. Now, I did not make Colossor because Colossor is going to be like just way too big,
Hmm.
right? I had the thought of making Colossor, but I was like, even how do I do it? But then instead, the toy that I made is here. Our friend He-Man's hoeing ally,
Yes,
fabulous Farmore.
fabulous Farmore, complete with his balding,
He's
which I love, big and bald.
big and bald. He's got his pink tank top. He's got his purple boots and his golden gloves and his googly eyes because he just can't
Googly
believe
eyes.
what's happening.
Yeah,
So if
that
you,
is amazing. That toy, that might be my favorite that
yeah,
we've debuted so far. He's awesome.
yeah. So if you I gave him he has a little tattoo just because the wrestler figure that I built him from had that tattoo. But I figured like why not? He gets a tribal tattoo at some point. That's also
Oh
a
yeah,
maturity thing. So if
yeah,
you'd
yeah.
like to buy the one of a kind fabulous Farmore character,
Fabulous Farmore is
yeah,
100%
yeah,
that guy's fit.
yep,
Yeah.
yep. There we go. All
Does
right.
he? I forget. Does he show up later?
I don't think so.
What?
He's
It just
just
feels like he's just dripping with cool backstory. Like, I mean, look at him. He's cut. He's older. He's got that baldness. He looks like a guy that's like an ex-military. Like,
yeah,
is that
right.
like he's
He retired to his like what are those
quiet farmstead?
strawberries? I don't
He's
know.
like John Rambo. Like,
Yeah,
he was a total hero. I mean, look at him. He is built, and he just wants a quiet life. Like, he was the hero of Eternia. Now I'm just gonna be, because otherwise, why would Skeletor target this guy in the middle of nowhere? Like, is
that's
this
true.
just
So I thought
like,
it was just Skeletor running around being evil, but
yeah?
maybe like he's like,
Hey, he's been on my list for years.
For
you know,
years, I
yeah,
remember what you did to me in the gulag. Nice try. Like he was
yeah,
he's
yeah.
some
He got
Eternia
some.
CIA spook that like you made me Skeletor. I'll now I finally get my revenge. But
Yeah, the
yeah, just like a random like I just feel like why this guy? Like there's got to be something more. Like he
cool backstory.
yeah
We'll keep an eye out in case he appears again. I don't know if he does in any
yeah
episode, but there he
yeah.
is. All right, that's Colossor Awakes. Any other thoughts about Colossor
I
or
think we
the
really
episode?
encapsulated it with far more. Like
Yeah.
this guy, like it just was like such a cool NPC that it's like, he comes out and it's like, man, this guy, I feel like there's got to be. I'm so glad that we made a figure for him because
Oh yeah,
he's
got to.
absolutely badass.
Sweet. Well, then that's it. So stay tuned because next episode we'll be talking about episode 4, the Dragon Invasion, right here on Castle Podskull. Do all the normal podcasty things like follow, subscribe, etc., etc. And Kevin, as always, may the power be with you.
And also with you.